Some funding is provided by John A. Cook, Certified Public Accountant at 105 East Main Street in Westfield.
The Chautauqua Integrated Delivery System. Our community of doctors is pleased to announce their affiliation with Senior Choice. Senior Choice fills in where your Medicare coverage leaves off.
Fairpoint Communications, formerly C&E Telephone, providing telephone, internet, and data services, is proud to fund this broadcast of Senior Report.
Some funding is provided by State Senator Catherine M. Young.
Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who have spent a lifetime caring for others. Located on 26 Cass Street in Westfield, New York.
Some funding is provided by the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville.
Live from the Chuck Kelsey Television Studio at Access Channel 5 in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Call in and participate in Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Share a thought or wish someone a happy birthday. Saturday mornings between 9 and 10 a.m. And now, here's Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day in Chautauqua County. It could be snowing seriously, you know. They're getting 2 feet a little down south of us. we have maybe a half an inch. Lord bless us where we live. It's just ideal. We have a wonderful program coming up. We're going to talk about the oncoming holiday, Christmas. And with us I have a priest. She is the priest at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Westfield. Is it Episcopal or Episcopalian?
Episcopal Church.
Episcopal Church. I got it right. Okay. And I'll tell you a joke about three ministers on a plane, but I don't think I'll tell that one. Maybe I will. But anyway, we're going to have a good program. She's going to talk about the ups and downs and what Christmas means. And this is not going to be a preachy program. It's just going to be a fun program. And as always, anybody can call in. If you want to have some gifts, I'll give you some gifts. I give everybody this wonderful coffee cup. This is a beautiful cup. And it's created, handmade by the great ceramist worldwide known. His name is Inchina. And he signs every one on the bottom. And you get this one. This is for you. And we have a great program, as I said. Now, I did want to mention the fact that this program is being broadcast, in theory, all over the North County live. And in other words, if you're in the Fredonia, Dunkirk, Silver Creek, depending on who you believe, network of Time Warner and Westfield, of course, is live. You can call in, and I'll give you the number. It's easy to remember: 753-JACK. Like Jack Rabbit, Jack in the Box. There's a lot of Jacks, aren't there? 753-JACK. It's on the screen for you if you can't remember that. It converts to 753-5225. Anybody calls in, this is your chance to talk about things. Mention somebody, a neighbor, say hello, Merry Christmas to everybody, whatever. Everybody who calls in gets 2 $5 certificates to that lovely little restaurant, double restaurant really, at the foot of the hill, Mayville, the Lakeview. And what a fish fry you get there, and a salad bar blow your mind. And they have all the beef you can eat, and it's wonderful. They also have adjoining them the Docks, which is another restaurant, and it's part of the same restaurant, Combine now, and it specializes in delicious fishes. we have a great day. I want to thank the Lakeview again for supporting our programming, too. They give us a grant every year, which helps out. And we are looking for other grantees. If there's somebody who wants to help us out a little bit, it doesn't cost much. It's a lot of fun. And we're only allowed 6, you know. Okay, so give me a call. My number is right there. You can see it, 753-5225. And everybody wants to call in, as I said today. Wish somebody a happy birthday or Merry Christmas. It's all for you. And you'll get this wonderful cup. You'll get $5. I'll even throw in for the first caller $5 off at Tops Friendly Markets over in Fredonia. This is a time for celebration and joy. Look up a croissant cookies, incidentally. There are 2 kinds. There are the vanilla ones with pecans, and there are the almond ones with almonds. And oh, are they good, and they're easy to make. And I brought a couple in I made last night just for fun. You got to have one, incidentally. You got to try one of those. They're wonderful. Okay, we have our Christmas wreath behind us. As you can see, you see a corner of it. And everything's wonderful. Merry Christmas, everybody. Now I'm going to talk about some of the things going on around us. The great Christmas tree has been lit in Washington and in New York, Rockefeller Center, and all over the world Christmas trees are going up, even in Russia, believe it or not. I'm sure there's one in China somewhere too. And it's a great time of celebration, even though it's rather curious that the first Christmas when Christ was born, which we are celebrating after all, first Christmas was, there were lambs available all around and moving around, banging, just little lambs banging around. And the lambs aren't born in December, they're born in the spring. But these little complications don't bother anybody. There used to be a period of hiatus, a terrible period when there was nothing but snow and ice and everything over a good part of the world. And that is around the December quarter, the winter time. So they said, let's jazz it up with something. And so they decided to make that the holiday period, the celebration period for Christ's birthday, which is great. And we'll talk more about some of these things. Otherwise, you don't see much. Apparently, I see there's a scene in Yemen now. We're starting to bomb the Al-Qaeda in Yemen. Another site, we've got Iran, we're working on Pakistan, we're in the middle of Afghanistan, sending zillions over. Hey, it looks like we're just going to empty the United States, put boots on them, and send them over with a gun to the whole Middle East. There'll be nobody left here. Good Lord. I think this is a quagmire that we'll never get out of. It's just like Vietnam. My grandchildren will still probably be serving over there somewhere in the Middle East. All right, whatever. You don't see too much on TV. They blanket that out because they don't want you to think about it. Of course, you know the only people benefiting from this are not the dying and the wounded that come back, and not the trillions we're spending on this, but the people that make the guns and the arms and the ammunition and the planes and the tanks and the helicopters and all the other stuff. Even the bottled water at $14 a bottle for Halliburton. They're all getting rich on this war. And since the corporations own the TV, you ain't going to see much about it. They tell me, and I'm looking, I don't see too much about it. All right. Let's see, we got other things going on. Hopefully there's going to be extra money for Social Security. I don't know. They cut us back to no, the government is actually pulling the wool over the eyes of the seniors saying, you guys are so dumb, we're going to tell you there's no inflation. And so we're not going to have to give you your COLA. I'm sorry. We've lost 50% of our purchasing power in the last 6 years, according to the government's own figures, and we're running 20% inflation on just about everything. I went down, bought a can of pickles, a jar of pickles. The jar of pickles held 24 ounces of pickles. I bought that. I just threw away the old jar. Same thing, and it was the same price, I might add. But it was a 32-ounce jar. I used to get a third more for my money suddenly, but the price is the same. I guess they're right. No inflation. God help us. My insurance went up 20%. My taxes in New York State are up 20%. Everything seems, gasoline's up 20%. But, Mr. Powers, stop complaining. There is no inflation. We've ruled there is no inflation. So you don't need a COLA. God help us. We're all going to, seniors are going to wind up in our children's basements eating cat food. God help us. Our wonderful government's taking care of us. Well, they're sure taking care of themselves. They gave themselves a huge raise. No inflation, my foot. All right. Locally, New York State, same old mess. Nobody's running nobody knows who's running the Senate. The Senate is a shambles. So the whole government in New York State is kind of a shambles. I don't know how the government just announced we're out of money. We're not going to pay any of our bills. Forget the schools. We're going to cut your